Hello everyone, good evening, good night. Actually, it's 9:30. I'm about to give you guys an update, but first, I am on a mission to get Kyle with this. Last Friday in therapy, I told my therapist that I was feeling angry last week and I couldn't shake the feeling, and I don't like feeling angry, to be honest with you. I know it's okay to feel angry, and especially considering the situation I'm in with cancer and all, but I didn't want to be angry. I didn't want to feel angry. I was feeling negative and I didn't like it. So he gave me the suggestion of trying this out, seeing if it helped. That same night, I had like a big therapy session with Kyle and I felt so much better. I feel so much better now. So now it's just for fun. But he told me that when Kyle is cleaning, to go and surprise attack him with a nerf gun. So that's what I'm gonna do. So let me get this open and let's go get Kyle. Come on. Does it hurt?
No. What's that?
Part of my therapy.
What's that, Mama?
This is part of my therapy that
Oh yeah?
Jared recommended. What do you think?
Did you go buy it today?
I did.
Oh, you were brave.
After my appointment.
Why is it part of your therapy?
Because I told him I was feeling angry. And so he said, hey, try this. Go buy a nerf gun and attack Kyle when he's cleaning.
What?
I told him that, you know, the pain was making me angry, that I was in that situation with the pain, and that I was upset that I couldn't help you with as much cleaning because of the pain. And he said, well, do you feel bad when Kyle's cleaning? I said, yeah. He said, go buy a nerf gun and attack him while he's cleaning. Which you were just saying.
I was just saying we should
like
get a
yesterday
nerf gun.
or the day before that we need to get some nerf in our life.
What'd you think when I said that?
I thought, perfect. When Jared said it in therapy, I was like, you know, all crying and stuff, and then he says, get a nerf gun. I was like, that sounds wonderful. I love nerf guns.
Wow.
Hello, welcome to Logical Harmony.
Hello, and welcome
Do you
to
remember?
today's video.
My name is Tashina. Do you remember?
Oh, I do remember Tashina.
If you know what that is,
Good evening.
you probably don't. Okay. Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that Nerf show. Did you like it?
I was scared. I didn't know what was coming.
I'm sorry. It was
I thought there's an attacker.
it was not my idea. But it's fun. We'll go to the park and have a Nerf party tomorrow.
Cheers.
All
Unless
right.
it's windy.
So, an update for you all. Get that bubble bath going. Get those AirPods in. AirPods.
Do your dishes.
Do your laundry. Because this is chatty. Okay, so I had an appointment with a pulmonologist at City of Hope today. It went really well. I was very pleased with it. I have never met this pulmonologist. The only other pulmonologist I've ever seen was, I didn't see her, but it was a virtual appointment at Kaiser, because that's when they found the mass. They contacted a pulmonologist for me, and she's the one who actually told me that I had cancer. Kyle stepped away to get a water, but this was my first pulmonology appointment at City of Hope. The pulmonologist there was amazing. I was nervous going into the appointment because I had the pulmonary function test, which I feel like I did not do very well on. And what he said about that was, well, the first thing he did when he walked in the room was he looked me up and down and he said, wow, you're really 34. I can't believe your situation. What happened? Why do you have cancer? I was like, well, I don't know. But he was really nice. He asked what happened with the first part of the pulmonary function test because, you know, I wasn't very good at that part.
Right.
I had that rib pain kick in and kind of ruin it. And he sounded like it was showing up more like an error in the test versus that I had bad lungs. And he said the rest of the pulmonary function test I did really well on and my lungs looked good. So that was good. And what else did we go over?
You went over like why you're feeling certain pains.
I told him all about the rib pain and he was like, oh, yep, that sounds normal, that sounds right. I told him how I have like nerve pain ever since the needle biopsy, to where if I sleep wrong, I get these flare-ups of nerve pain. And he was like, oh, yep, is it a horizontal pain that goes like this and then sometimes it's here and sometimes it's here? I was like, yes. And it was so nice to have someone finally understand that pain and not think I was crazy. Not that people think I'm crazy, but I don't know. A lot of people in the lung cancer group have people like confused about their pain. Like, what do you mean you're in pain? Because it's not the cancer itself that's causing pain, but it's causing issues in my body, which are then causing pain.
It's a ripple effect.
Yeah. So he told me that the lung itself doesn't feel any pain, but there's a sac around it. I forget what it's called. And that feels a ton of pain. And that in me has nodules on it, which they're not concerned about. But he says that the sac is like the big guy and you don't want to piss off the big guy, and he is what's causing my pain. And he gave me a name for my pain. He said he's going to put it in my notes on my chart. My chart is the app for is it for cancer patients or is it for all?
Any of the hospitals in the MyChart
So
system.
Hospitals use the MyChart system, so people might already know about it. I'm new to it. I was set up with it through City of Hope. But he gave me a name for my pain and he said he's going to put it in my notes on my chart, but I looked, it wasn't there yet. So then I can look more into that and get more information. He said some people have the pain go away after a few months, some people don't. Me. I keep saying I can't remember everything we talked about. Yeah. He said that we are going to do a fluid biopsy. Is that what you call it? Fluid biopsy. And so what that entails is it's a goes
through your throat.
What's it called?
Bronchoscopy?
Something.
Bronchoscopal?
Something like that. Where they go in, they put me asleep, so that's nice. With the needle biopsy, I was awake and I had to feel it and help them get the right spot by doing breathing techniques. But this one I get to be asleep. They go through my mouth and throat, go into my lung and suck up some fluid and get out. And they'll test that for an infection. If it is an infection, then I guess we start treating it. And if it's not an infection, then we do a tissue biopsy. And that, he said, they go through the front of my body to get the nodule. But he said the nodules are so tiny that they want a biopsy that it's really hard to get them. So we shall see. But we are getting the fluid biopsy. I'm excited about that. We don't have a date yet. I will let you guys know when we get a date. He also said that he wants me to try 2 inhalers. My sister suggested it because she has asthma, and I've been having increased shortness of breath the last 2 or 3 weeks, probably 3 weeks. I've been tapering off of steroids finally again. It took forever. I was staying at a steady rate, and now I've gone down by 15 doses in the last month, but it was making my shortness of breath get worse and worse to where I can't do our normal family walks through the neighborhood. So my team told me to go back up. I only went up a little bit. We're gonna see how it goes. If it continues to stay bad, then I have to go up again, but we'll see. Hopefully it will stay it'll get better. Hopefully it'll get better.
Yes.
And then I'll start these inhalers probably tomorrow. I have 2. One is an emergency inhaler for like before a workout, or if I'm feeling like really short of breath, then I can do it. And then another one, he said it's like healthy eating where you do it every day, and it's supposed to help. So we'll see.
In the morning?
I don't know. I have to read it.
Mm.
So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it goes well. He said that my shortness of breath doesn't make sense to him. That this guy was so nice and so informative and made me feel like he cared about me. It was really nice. He said that my shortness of breath doesn't make sense to him. It doesn't match with anything. The steroids should be preventing swelling. I asked him if the pneumonitis could be lingering, and he said it didn't show up in the scans, so if there were any lingering side effects, only I could tell. He said that he definitely thinks it could be an infection, the worrisome new spot, because I've been on steroids for so long. That's a side effect, is you can get a lung infection from being on steroids. And then my immune system is down even more by being on steroids, so there's that.
Talk about this whole phenomenon, how lucky he said you were to find it.
Oh yeah, he was saying that the shortness of breath didn't match my situation. I'm not feeling my hair right now. He was saying that the shortness of breath did not match. He said that I don't match, a lung cancer patient with my age and stuff and my background and of like being a non-smoker, etc. He said that my shortness of breath doesn't match it. He doesn't understand why I have shortness of breath. And he said that I guess he said my rib pain matches it. But anyways, he said he looked like he was in true shock. He was like, I can't believe you found your cancer. Like, your biggest tumor is like this big, and the rest of the nodules that we're interested in are tiny. I don't know how you found it. It's not in an airway. I don't know how you found it. And I said, from rib pain and shortness of breath. He's like, well, I don't know how you got the shortness of breath, because you shouldn't have it.
Yeah.
And so we think it's like divine intervention telling me how to go get checked. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Same with the rib pain. Like, I was so upset about the rib pain last week, and then I thought, you know what? If I didn't have the rib pain, I wouldn't have found my cancer. So I'm so grateful for my rib pain.
Mm-hmm.
I really am.
Yeah.
Even though it hurts so bad, I'm really grateful for my rib pain. But he was just saying he was shocked that I found my cancer. I felt really grateful. Like, I found it at stage 3, not the earliest. I would prefer stage 1 or 2. But I did find it, and I'm grateful that we found it when we did. It's amazing. I told him that when I bend over, I get shortness of breath. So if I'm doing laundry, putting clothes in the dryer, I get shortness of breath. If I'm bending over to pick up the kids' toys, I get shortness of breath. If I do yoga, I get shortness of breath. I can't do yoga anymore. And he was like, I don't get why you're getting the shortness of breath. That shouldn't be happening till you're older. That's what happens to old people. And I said, well, it's happening to me. I feel like an old lady.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer. I don't like that feeling. Nothing wrong with being old. I think it's an honor to be old. But I don't... It doesn't match my insides. Like, I feel so much younger having a 2-year-old and a 5-year-old, and I'm huffing and puffing all the time. It's bizarre. Hopefully these inhalers help. We'll see.
Yeah. Interested.
Anything else he said that you remember?
I kind of like the analogy for people. If they were to do a tissue biopsy, it would be like, what did he say? Finding a
Oh, he said my lung is like a tennis court, and the little nodules are like tennis balls. So you have to try to catch the tennis ball on the tennis court, because the lung is always moving. And so he said if we do need to get a tissue biopsy, these nodules are very tiny, so it will make it difficult to get them successfully. So hopefully that goes well if we need to do that. But overall, I was pleased with my appointment, he seemed very optimistic about everything. I liked that he understood my pain. It felt really nice, and that he had a name for it. I'll let you guys know when I figure out the name for it. He was asking me about my mucositis, because I had mucositis when I was in the hospital, and that's better. But he was saying like that my body has been through so much, so he wouldn't be surprised if it was an infection in my lungs. Look at Shiloh.
Hey, buddy. I think overall it was a great appointment. We're very nervous for this one, and turned out to be pretty positive and uplifting for at least right now.
I was really happy.
I like it.
Yeah. I'm feeling a lot better mentally this week. Last week I was just so upset by the pulmonary function test. I felt like disappointed in myself. I felt frustrated with the pain, angry about the pain, angry that I had cancer, which I don't feel that all that often. I don't see the benefit in being angry about having cancer. It is what it is, and I didn't like being stuck in that anger last week, but this guy helped me get out of it.
That's what I do. Do you feel better now that it's like you kind of passed? Like you said, oh, that was concerning that one part, but tell me why. And then you said, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I felt better that I like passed, and that the first part that I wasn't very good at kind of showed up as an error. Like, he said it didn't make sense to him, that he was looking at the report like, what happened? Something didn't happen. Something wasn't right. And I told him, and he's like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes complete sense. So I was less embarrassed. I know I shouldn't be embarrassed, but I can't help it.
Nice doctor.
Very nice. I was so
Very
happy.
informative.
I asked him if he will, I asked the pulmonologist if he will be my new pulmonologist, and he said that if I had a tumor in my airways, he would for sure be my pulmonologist. But because I don't, he will only help me, he will only be my pulmonologist during stuff like this. Otherwise, he said, any pulmonologist close to home will be fine to help me if I need inhalers, if I have asthma or whatever. So, all right, I hope this update was informative. Hi, Flower. Thanks for listening. Hopefully I will update you guys soon with a biopsy date. I look forward to my biopsy, even though it will probably hurt because I will be asleep for it, so yay!
Yep.
Thanks for listening, watching, whatever you're doing. I appreciate the love and support and all the prayers. Thank you guys, positive thoughts. I appreciate it all. Thanks for being a part of this journey. It means so much to me, and it really helps me. All right, bye.